Now, if there's one story that you've been following for the past week, I'm pretty sure it's Tucker Carlson getting fired from Fox News. And while Tucker Carlson went out on Twitter and actually posted a video of himself, talking about the whole situation, and granted some very nebulous and vague terms, there also was some exclusive footage that I was able to get my hands on of Tucker Carlson actually getting fired, and then the immediate aftermath of this. And so I want to play this footage for you guys, because I'm not sure if you've seen this this footage that came out of Tucker Carlson actually getting fired.
Tucker, you're fired. What am I being fired for? I'm good at my job. Eminem has announced the hot Eminem will no longer be wearing her trademark sexy stilettos and will instead have flats. Why? Perhaps it's so she can more easily pour over our border. January 6th, what? It's like 9/11 for cat ladies. So it should have made a much bigger splash when the FBI announced Ray Epps would no longer be wearing his trademark sexy stilettos and instead have flats in all of his wanted photos.
Wait, what?
After a series of scandals, Fox News has announced that owner and founder Rupert Murdoch would no longer be wearing his trademark sexy stilettos.
Instead, switching to androgynous flats.
What is this?
All of those things are true. You're angry with me for saying facts. We never announced I was switching to flats. Look, I'm not Donald Trump. Sometimes I make mistakes. I do talk about sexy M&Ms. I have gotten things wrong, for sure. But I was using my platform to say something, while everyone else in cable news is just regurgitating the same banal nonsense. Every statement a string of empty buzzwords. Because buzzwords don't get you fired. They don't cost you anything, that's why people say them. And in this country, the wealthy are afraid of nothing more than paying a price. Perfect, I'm glad we have an understanding. Goodbye. And exactly how do you think?
Yo, honestly, the best closing monologue of Tucker Carlson ever.
You're gonna replace me. Hola, me llamo Tucker Carlson. Bienvenidos.
Yo.
Our democracy, white supremacy, extremism, safest election in history.
Yo, wait, you actually know what that's a reference to? This is kind of what he was
I am Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities, the El Paso, Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned
plaguing our country.
It goes on and on and on. In all seriousness, Tucker Carlson did put out a real video, and this was the statement that Tucker Carlson put out.
Good evening, it's Tucker Carlson. One of the first things you realize when you step outside the noise for a few days is how many genuinely nice people there are in this country. Kind and decent people, people who really care about what's true, and a bunch of hilarious people also, a lot of those. It's got to be the majority of the population.
Some background on this. He spent like the first few days of the week just playing golf and going out to eat with his wife, which he said he hasn't been able to do, at least for dinners on weeknights, for years.
But now, so that's heartening. The other thing you notice when you take a little time off is how unbelievably stupid most of the debates you see on television are. They're completely irrelevant. They mean nothing. In 5 years, we won't even remember that we had them. Trust me, as someone who's participated. And yet at the same time, and this is the amazing thing, the undeniably big topics, the ones that will define our future, get virtually no discussion at all. War, civil liberties, emerging science, demographic change, corporate power, natural resources. When was the last time you heard a legitimate debate about any of those issues? It's been a long time. Debates like that are not permitted in American media. Both political parties and their donors have reached consensus on what benefits them, and they actively collude to shut down any conversation about it. Suddenly, the United States looks very much like a one-party state. That's a depressing realization, but it's not permanent. Our current orthodoxies won't last. They're brain dead. Nobody actually believes them. Hardly anyone's life is improved by them. This moment is too inherently ridiculous to continue, and so it won't. The people in charge know this. That's why they're hysterical and aggressive. They're afraid. They've given up persuasion. They're resorting to force. But it won't work. When honest people say what's true, calmly and without embarrassment, they become powerful. At the same time, the liars who've been trying to silence them shrink, and they become weaker. That's the iron law of the universe. True things prevail. Where can you still find Americans saying true things? There aren't many places left, but there are some, and that's enough. As long as you can hear the words, there is hope. See you soon.
All right. So not a lot of details there regarding what it is that Tucker Carlson plans on doing in the future. But I think that, you know, Tucker Carlson did give us a surprising amount of clues as to what is next for him in the world of cable news. So first of all, if you take a look at the background that Tucker Carlson has here in this video, it looks eerily familiar to the background here, which to me begs the question of, does Tucker Carlson own the Tucker Carlson Today studio? Because if so, it looks like he shot this whole social media video at the Tucker Carlson Today studio, and it could signal that he's going to shoot his future show from this same place. Now, another thing too is he brought up earlier in the video that he likes debates. You know, people arguing about consequential things. You know, normal people are smarter than people on cable television, which to me signals that he actually wants to have these types of debates with normal people on his next show. And of course, he confirmed that there is going to be a next show, I think, by saying in the end that he'll see us soon. So I'm kind of interested to see what happens next. We don't have a lot of details, so there's not a whole lot that we can say. But at the end of the day, I think this is probably gonna be a good thing for Tucker Carlson, a bad thing for Fox News. And I'm just looking forward to seeing where he's gonna go. I hope he joins the Blaze, because I have a subscription with Blaze TV. But you know, wherever he goes, I'll check his stuff out. Although I'm not the biggest fan of all his takes, I do think that he leans authoritarian in some respects. Excuse me. But he did do some good journalism, some good digging into stuff that like the FBI was involved with, and all sorts of things like the CIA, a lot of other stuff. You know, you can go watch his old videos on YouTube. But yeah, a solid dude. I like his investigation stuff at least. So